guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm trying out this new lipstick. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but yeah, on to the actual video. So today I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about Korea. So this is for all my girls, you know, saving for Korea, getting ready to go over. I see y'all on Instagram straight flexing. I see y'all. This is for people going to Korea and who don't know how to save for Korea. You clicked on the wrong video because I don't know how to save neither. I'm just joking. So I think it's very important to acknowledge that, you know, going to another country is expensive in general. Like whether you're going to go work, whether you're going to go study abroad, whether you're going to go do whatever, it's expensive because if you're a girl going, you know, some people are different, but I like to shop. I like to do a lot of things. I like to go out. I like to travel. I like to go dancing. I like to, you know, do what I gotta do with my girls and everything like that. So I'm gonna spend more than the average Joe. If you're an average Joe going, you're gonna spend less than the average Jane. So everybody is different, and it's important to acknowledge how you spend. I think that's very important when getting ready to go overseas. You know, very, very important. That's step one, to acknowledge all of that. Definitely. I would say when you start saving for Korea, because what I did was I definitely had a job. I split up my checking account into three checking accounts. I had one saving, one middle checking, and one checking where like my bills and stuff came out of. My savings was for everything Korea related, like school books, plane ticket, food, etc., etc., etc. My middle checking was for my rent. So I put in extra money for like the money I needed for my rent and all of that stuff into my middle checking. And the top one was just for me to live while I was in New York, chilling, roaming, doing my thing. You know, so that's how I split up my savings. And I thought it was very important like that because I had my top savings for when I wanted to do leisure and when I was going out with my friends and when I just wanted to chill and relax in New York. And that was like no mixing and mingling with money in between and stuff like that. And this could be applied to when you're going to study abroad to other European countries as well. I just think Korea works out a little better because the currency rate is always fluctuating and the US dollar sometimes is stronger. And if you're on the pounds, then you're the luckiest person in the world. Well, after Brexit, but still you have a higher currency rate than the rest of us. Get a job. It's very important. Get a part-time job, a full-time job. If you're working, try to mow some lawns, shovel some grass. Whatever extra income you can make is very important. I took out a loan for a very, very, very small loan for a good portion of my school to pay for Sogan and to pay for other things because I didn't want to have to sit there stressed about if I had enough money to pay for school, because that was the top priority, paying for school. So I took out a small loan, and it's not advisable to everybody to do that. My friend from Britain, Tiff, she didn't have to take out a loan. She had money saved up and she did what she had to do. And some people didn't have to take a loan. Melanie didn't have to take out a loan. Bria and I took out a loan. So it really depends on you as a person. So that's one way to save, is to take out a loan and to save that money into your saving or put it aside and put it away. Another way to save is getting a job. That was like the first thing I said, like, get a job. Moral of the story is to get a job. If you don't have a job, you need to find a job, because I don't know what you're gonna do in Korea without a job. Get a job. And I would say also the third thing in saving is to ask your parents for money. If they have it, if they have some spare change, be like, can you pay for my plane ticket? You know, can you help me out? I need money for rent, and this, that, and the third. You know, our parents, they're awesome and they're there for reasons and they're really nice. And I know my mom was a big help when I was in Korea. She's awesome. She actually just bought me a new TV. I love my mommy. But anyway, definitely those three means is the best way to save. And I would say definitely budget. When you're in your home country and you know you're about to go overseas, don't go out there shopping. Don't go out there spending. You know you're about to leave for a long period of time. Be smart with your money. If your friends are like, oh, let's go get some food, be like, you know I'm about to leave, right? I can't be out there spending money on food and stuff like that. Be smart. And when you get to that country, also be smart not to go crazy shopping. Like, I know when I got to Korea, a lot of things didn't fit me, so I wasn't out there buying all the stuff anyway, so I was saving a lot of money not shopping. But on the other end, we got Bria, who everything fit her, so she was out there shopping. Good management, poor management. She's gonna kill me when she sees that. But moral of the story is learn how to manage and budget your money. If you don't have a lot, you know you need this month for the month for groceries, this month for transportation, this much for rent, This is all for the month. You calculate, you need 300,000 won for the month. Okay, that's set, that's put aside. And whatever change you have left over, go out, go drinking, go dancing. I mean, I always went out with the girls on the weekend. I still had a great time in Korea, and I was still budgeting. I was still making sure the groceries that I was getting was fitting under budget and everything. So when it comes to saving for Korea, it really all depends on you and how much you spend and your budgeting. But I would suggest doing the 3 check-in plan. I have Chase Bank. I would suggest doing the 3 checking plan so you can put away the money and not have everything mixed and mingled together. I would suggest getting a job. I had a job, and I was doing my undergrad in college, and I was perfectly fine. I worked hard, and I still went to class, and everything was still good. If you can't manage doing a full-time or part-time job while in school, then you better start buttering up to your parents, because that's the only other way. You know what else to do? Or find a sugar daddy. When you find him, let me know. I need one too. So that's the only other way that I can say. But this is my advice and my tips for saving for Korea. That's what I did when I was in Korea for my 4 months. And my travel vlogs are over in my Life in Korea section, so you guys can see how I lived and how Sogan was, because I also did a Sogan tour. So thank you guys for watching, and there will be more videos like this on Korea and things to do. Bye!